Welcome, Rubber Duckers. How are you? Jack and Gab fam.
This is just not how it usually is.
So basically, Gab, you're going to have to figure out how to get off of my leg but still be on it without it. There you go. Distribute the weight.
I know.
Both butt cheeks need to be seeing friction, okay? Please, because this is hurting.
They have to be in between the legs.
The blood flow to the groin area has just been stopped by Gabrielle's... I'm going to stop talking.
Heavy weight.
Yeah. Gabriel, what do you weigh? Like 180? 190? Oh, okay. Well, anyways, guys, welcome back. My name is Jack.
I'm Gab.
And guess what? We broke up a year ago. We're obviously back together now. Happier,
Yes.
Actually happier than we've ever been.
So much better. Yes.
But a year ago, you guys remember, those of you that have been here with us for more than a year, you remember that we did the breakup video. And you also remember that it was about 2.5 weeks before we started uploading again. But in reality, it was like a month to a month and a half that we didn't film. We just had videos ready to go that I was just posting once or twice a week, just so that we would, like, just in case we got back together to see what was going on. But we definitely broke up. Like,
yeah, no one actually thought that.
It was not
real.
a fake breakup. One thing that I've been seeing a lot of is, like, all these YouTubers have been doing these fake breakups for, like, attention, and then they get back together, and it's like this huge, oh my god, we're back together, and then now we're proposing a month later type thing. Like, that's not what this was. We actually broke up. It was just a terrible time for me. My anxiety was incredible. I've explained this. I have chronic anxiety. I wasn't on medication for whatever reason. I was refusing to be on medication. For those of you that have, now I'm not saying like you get anxious for a test, but for those of you that have chronic anxiety, like in your genes, like your DNA, you cannot avoid it. You've always had it, but you don't know it. That's me. I cannot stress enough how important it is to get on medication. My life is entirely different. I've been on it for like a month. That's off topic. Basically, it was a horrible time.
College was just starting and everything, like, you're trying to figure out who you are as a person. People say, like, whenever you go to college, everything changes, but everything really does change. You're, like, becoming independent and you're figuring out who you are, because you no longer are forced to be friends with certain people. You have to figure out who do you want to be your lifelong friend. Who do you want to be seen as? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And so we were both trying to figure that out as we were doing YouTube, and just all this stuff was piling up, and it was so much different stuff that I feel like neither of us really expected, because we were together, same school, everything. And then college, we were at different schools, and it was just really, really hard on us.
You gotta do a better job of explaining it, not just saying it. But I'll do it. So, like, at the time of, like, October, or, like, no, it was September, two of my businesses were failing, YouTube was slowing down, all my friends moved away. College is hard. I literally did nothing in high school. Like, I just basically, flew through high school. Like, because I was just focused on YouTube and other things, like having fun. When you get to college, you can't do that. It's just not like that. It just isn't. So it was I wasn't like failing any class. I had like all A's, but I didn't like that I had to put so much effort into it. I wasn't used to it.
It's such a big wake up call.
It really
coming
is.
to college, because you can't just BS it and like pretend like you know what's going on and then not really know, because that's how you fail. And you have to like work every single night for your classes. You have to put in the extra time. Even if you don't have a test, you still have to be studying, or else you fall behind. And it's just so different than high school, and I feel like neither of us were like mentally prepared for that.
And so all these different things basically led us to breaking up, because we started fighting, we started letting our anger out on each other, and it wasn't okay. And we figured that in this video we could basically tell you guys things that we have learned from our relationship, because this doesn't just apply to like relationships, like couples things.
We get so many questions about it too, because a lot of you guys are our age, and you guys are going through a lot of the same stuff, and I feel like this will help you guys out a lot, because we definitely learned from our mistakes, and we want to help you guys out.
At least we like to say we do. You know, maybe
we definitely learned. I would not be sitting here and
Gabriel's like, we definitely learned. We're getting married, right? That's literally Gabriel. Like, you guys don't know it, but Gabriel has a gun underneath the camera lens, like, we're getting married. But yeah, basically, one thing that I want to talk about is everyone gets anxious, everyone has anxiety, whatever. But one thing you cannot do is let it out on other people.
Especially the people
the second you start doing that, you need to basically recognize it and try to fix it, because otherwise it won't get better. It's one of those things where if you don't take the time and put forth the effort and show some self-awareness by saying, hey, I have a problem, I need to fix it, you will not fix it, because your brain just does not work that way. Your brain is never going to, your brain wants to keep you as protected as possible at all times. So if anything's making you feel out of your comfort zone or stressing you out, your brain is just going to tell you, hey, like attack the people that you know won't leave, so you can like relieve some stress. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
That's what you do naturally. So you cannot be doing that. You have to immediately recognize it and try to fix it, because otherwise bad things will happen. You'll lose friends. You'll lose your girlfriend, your boyfriend.
You're going to be pushing people away.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. We both did, but I did it more because I just had more on my plate, basically.
And I feel like I was also trying to compensate for that. So I was like constantly trying to make sure he was happy, trying to make sure he was okay, while I had like all this stuff going on with me. Like I'm trying to figure out who I am in school, trying to join a sorority, trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so like having to worry about another person's well-being, which I will always do because he's my boyfriend, but it was like on another level. Like it got to the point where like faking a smile was hard because he'd be like so sad or like so anxious, and it just got really tough because you can't just act like everything's okay all the time, and that's what I was doing. Like I was just,
but then we'd have to for YouTube.
Yeah,
like we don't do that anymore. We actually like filming.
We learned that if you're acting like everything's okay, it just piles up in your head and you're thinking, oh, like it's gonna be fine if I like suppress these feelings, but really that's like magnifying how you're feeling in your head.
But we would have to fake it for YouTube, and that made it worse. That's why YouTubers go absolutely insane. No, I know you guys, like a lot of people like, that watch YouTube are always like, you need to show your true self. It's okay, but it isn't. It's not. If you go on camera and you don't have good energy, you're not genuinely in a good mood. You can fake it for a little bit, but over time you will go insane. That is exactly why huge YouTubers just quit or say I'm depressed, because you have no time to like actually reset. And like I know a lot of you are going to be like watching this, be like, yeah, just take a break from YouTube, but that's not how it works. That's not how the business side of YouTube works. You
take a break and your channel dies.
Just take a break. Yeah. You can't just take a break. Like this isn't 2012 YouTube anymore. You cannot do that. But so that's like in the back of a YouTuber's mind, because you put so much effort, so much of your time and effort and energy into this. You want to keep it going. Mixed with the fact that your like actual life is not good,
and that you're
but you have
like
to fake it. It's hard, and it ruins it. It ruins both. Yeah. Because then we'd be mad at each other or stressed out or just wanting to lay down, but then we'd be filming. Now we're faking it. Now we're not faking it.
And we were also so bad at managing our time.
Oh yeah.
Since we would be miserable,
trash,
or very anxious, or stressed out about other stuff, it would take us 3 or 4 hours to just do one video.
It would suck.
Was insane. And then editing it, which you would do all that work. Why are you Q-tipping your ear right now?
I don't know. I don't have these, so I just thought I would take advantage of the time.
Yes, you do, because I bought them for you. Or you bought them for
Q-tips?
you. Yeah, there's Q-tips.
Notice how Gabrielle just immediately says, I bought them for you. And then she's like, wait a minute.
I grabbed them for you and put them in your shopping cart.
I'm cleaning my ears out.
Oh, put them in the garbage. Don't put them on my desk.
Oh, I didn't know you had a garbage.
Yeah. Isn't that the most pleasing feeling ever,
yes. Though? Gabrielle, just because I'm cleaning my ears doesn't mean we have to stop talking.
Well, it's kind of distracting a little bit.
Can you hear it? It's really loud for me. That was hot.
And I know it's really hard to, like, realize you need a break. It was so hard for both of us. We were in denial for so long, but it got to the point where we were like, we have to do this for our sanity so that we don't go crazy and to, like, maintain a relationship between us. Like, we didn't do it with the intentions of never getting back together. It was more of a break so that we could both get healthier mentally. Because we were both stressed, anxious. We were really lost, honestly. And so we had to take that break to just figure out who we are as individuals. Because we've been together 4 years. We don't really know who we are without the other person, which is great to have someone in your life like that. But the second you don't have them anymore, who even are you? And so we took that
time.
We took that time to just like figure that out too, because you can't always be reliant on one person for the rest of your life. You have to know who you are, because if you know who you are, you're more sure of yourself, you're more confident, you're more sure of the decisions you make. So I feel like we also took that time to just get to know ourselves.
The main thing I got from it was I switched up my fashion sense.
You really did. You bought a lot of shoes.
I literally thought if I'm gonna be not having a girlfriend, I gotta step up my clothing game. So I literally went and like to the mall and splurged. I bought like 10 shoes. That's something you don't want to do, but that's what I did.
It was a little life crisis.
And then I never ended up wearing any of them.
Yeah.
And not a single one. But like you really do change. You really do come to conclusions that you actually should have a long time ago. But you need to recognize that like relationships are important, and like, they're honestly the most important thing. So whatever it is that's stressing you out, you have to prioritize what's truly important more than whatever it is that's stressing you out. Like let's say you have like, I don't know, like a business or a test, or maybe you're a YouTuber and you have this like thing that's like just bothering you, and you have to like keep it up. Well, it's never as important as like friends, family, things like that.
Your boyfriend,
so
your
you
girlfriend.
you can't let it like get in the way of that.
You
And
have
it
to-
will. Like that's the thing, like it will try to get in the way. So you have to do everything you can to like recognize when you have a problem. And you also have to recognize that everyone has these issues. These aren't like, you know, unique to us. Everyone has something that like takes away time or like stresses them out too much, or they let take over too much. Like everyone, like especially when you get to college. Like I know a lot of you guys are in high school or in college, that you have these tests, you have these responsibilities that your whole life you've never had, and all of a sudden it's like hard to adapt. Like you have to like hopefully this video allows you to recognize that that's not unnormal. Like that's the thing that's unnormal is having a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers or something. That's not normal.
Yeah.
Like that's not related. Like you can't go, you know, tell someone about it. Like be like, hey,
that
we're
was
stressing
also
out.
really hard. Is because we didn't really have anyone else to talk to, and so we didn't know how to be dealing with stuff because no one else could tell us. Oh, I feel that, and so that was
like
also
no one has any
hard.
advice. And every time someone would have advice, it was so like. What would you say? Either condescending, or like, oh, you're really stressed about making your videos type thing, or like they just wouldn't get it.
They
like,
don't understand.
They just don't understand it. Like people that watch YouTube get it. I've always watched YouTube my whole life, like since I was like 12. So I've just been able to see it and understand it. That's why we do it. But there's no one that understands us really. So that was like hard.
really
but you also
hard.
have to recognize that we are not like that anymore. Like, and this isn't like a type of video where you hear us say that, and then a year from now you're gonna be hearing about how we were depressed right now. Like we are genuinely
We're honestly so
not
happy.
like we have like really no problems. I come over. We film. We're in a good mood. We go do whatever the heck we feel like doing. Maybe we film it. Maybe we don't.
We've learned to like let go of the little things that have bothered us to the point of like making us crazy. And now I feel like
Except for turning on the microphone.
shut up.
That still makes me want to just die.
But we've learned how to like have better time management, how to like enjoy our time to ourselves more. We've learned how to, I don't know.
Our
we've just-
perspective has widened. We
Yes.
recognize what's important and what's not.
And I could truly say, like, we've never been happier. Our relationship has never been stronger. And if we didn't take that break when we did, I don't know if we would be here today. Like, I honestly
We definitely
don't.
wouldn't. We like it just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
We would have like never figured ourselves out. We would have never, because we also got to learn what it was like to be without the other person, like Gabrielle was saying earlier. But not in the sense of finding ourselves out, but just realizing how much life sucked without the other person.
Yeah.
Not being able to FaceTime every night, not being able to call, text.
It was weird.
You
We
see some
didn't
random
talk.
thing. Like I would see a cool car, and normally I'd take a picture, send it to Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Gabrielle would
There's
see.
so many times I would like get in my phone and like start texting to you, but then I'm like, wait.
No, because we also went on no communication
Yeah.
for a week.
No,
And
it
that
was 2 weeks. We didn't even talk.
No, it was only a week.
Oh.
It was after the first week we like talked to like set up things.
Set up like meetings.
If you guys want
Yeah.
to learn the process of how we did it, that can be for another video.
Yeah, because it was.
Because it worked, but it was torture.
It
oh
was
my god.
terrible. And if you're going through a breakup, I would recommend just don't talk for a week and then meet somewhere public. That's what we did. And then slowly start talking again and just figure out what went wrong and fix those problems.
Yeah, but that's basically what happened, or that's like our advice. You know,
Yeah.
don't overstress to the point where it ruins things that really matter. I would literally delete my YouTube channel tomorrow if it meant that I could keep Gabrielle. Like if I felt like I had to make a decision. Whereas a year ago, I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have kept the YouTube channel and then been absolutely miserable. Like that's that's how what it comes down to.
It was just like all such a learning process too. And like I say that
Gabrielle, you have
because-
said that like 10 times.
I know, but it really was like I
Gabrielle
just keep
says it like
thinking about it.
with a different tone, and as if it means anything different that time. Gabrielle's like if I say something, she's gonna come back with it. It was just we learned so much. Like
Shut
okay,
up.
Gabrielle, you learned a lot, man. Your IQ just went through the roof.
Shush.
My God, but I'm sure I've repeated myself a couple times as well.
Yeah, we both repeated ourselves.
But because it's important. Like these are
Yeah.
important things
And
that
we want
more
to get this
YouTubers need
across
to talk
to
to
you
about.
guys. Because I
Because
feel
like think about it here, get up. If we were miserable, like let's say like this is literally how I feel like half YouTubers be doing this. This is how we used to do it. So it's like we're not entirely not guilty, but like this is literally like this is a YouTuber before they start filming. They're looking at their numbers, depressed that their numbers aren't as good. You know, maybe a brand deal fell through, they're stressing over, so now they're really upset. Their significant others made them really upset, so you're not even there anymore. Get away from me. So this is literally them. What's up, guys? My name's Jack, and I am severely depressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's literally what it is like. That was honestly probably kind of funny, but that's not what I meant for it to be like. But you get the idea. I think, what's that one YouTuber that Joey Kinney hangs out with? Elle Mills? Elle Mills, you know what I'm talking about? She literally did a video. It's a montage of all the times she messed up her video, and she just screams and cusses, and it looks like she just wants to like end it all. That's literally like what some YouTubers will do. And
I feel like this is a gray area
you cannot yell in my ear like that. Sorry. Oh my god, maybe we are gonna start fighting again.
I was gonna say.
My ear hurts.
This is something that no one really talks about too, because they don't want people to think.
Well, because it's uncomfortable. It's not like we don't understand why they don't talk. Like sometimes YouTubers like almost try to monetize the fact that they're like upset or sad, or like try to normalize it. It's not normal to let yourself continue to be sad. It's normal to be anxious, to sometimes be depressed, to let things upset you, but it is not normal or okay to let things bother you to the point where you have serious issues throughout your day. That is not normal. It's not okay. Our culture seems to think that like, oh, you're depressed and sad and lonely. I relate. Let's talk. Like let's make a merchandise line over the fact that we're really upset.
Yeah.
Like no, that's not how it should be. You should recognize it and try to fix it, because no one deserves to be miserable. Ever. Like, ever. There's a huge difference between being anxious, sad, lonely, and then actually being miserable. Miserable is all the time. No one deserves that. You don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. Okay? So we hope that this video helps you kind of understand, in a sense, the importance of how you feel and what you can do to sort of help that. Patience. Recognize what's important. Don't let things, snowball out of control. Recognize that things get hard. Our culture seems to think that, like, it's not okay for things to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these kids that go to college, the dropout rate is 50%? It's 50%.
I didn't
Half
know
the kids,
that.
Everyone's like, go to college. Half the people that say that drop out. 50% of people drop out of college.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and to be honest, the first semester is not even that hard in comparison.
It's your sophomore year that sucks. Like, let me tell ya.
You
going through it now.
I feel like people go in with this mentality that, oh, it got hard, I'm just gonna quit.
Yeah.
And that applies to anxiety and everything. You cannot be that way.
Life.
And we didn't know that. Like, we haven't always known this. This is something that we're still learning. But hopefully, you listening to us say it makes you think about it more, because it's definitely something we need to think about. Every time I deleted Twitter. I don't use Twitter anymore, but whenever I would be on Twitter, it would just be like people almost like self-pity, and then like
or
want to talk about it, make it viral, like, oh yeah, our lives all suck, rock on, let's blame someone else. Like, no, you need to recognize why your life sucks and fix it. Okay, like that's what it is. Like, that's life. No one is going to go out of their way to fix your mental issues. That's just not, like, maybe your mom and dad will, but let's face it, after you turn like 13, your mom and dad really have no effect on the way that you really are like really thinking or making decisions. It's your friends. It's your own hobbies. It's what you're doing throughout the day. Okay? And you have to recognize that and decide, okay, I'm going to make decisions. Like, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to get more sleep. I'm going to do what I like to do on my free time. After I get what is stressing me out done, like a test or studying. You can't just be sitting there on Twitter wasting away. That just went way off topic,
you did.
But I feel like it's
really
important to know.
Still really
it's
good.
Important to know.
Yeah.
But we're going to have more videos like this, because I feel like I have a lot of wisdom.
Jack is very good. He's my personal therapist.
I am not the type of person you'd want to be your therapist, though.
I know, but I talk to you a lot, and you're good at it. He has very good responses. In high school, everyone used to go to him with their problems.
And that's why no one has a relationship from high school anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned some stuff. If you're interested, the merch is available. We have the No Limits merch. Rubber Duckin merch is back in stock. We have the packages available. And we also have the spinning frog. That's my favorite. That'll be linked down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we will see you
in the next one.